Welcome to another one of my strange and bizarre projects. This latest project was me, something I've really wanted to do for many years, but I've never had the tools available to do it, and that's basically create my own survival game. I've always been intrigued by survival games ever since Skyrim and Oblivion came out, and I played those. I always kind of wanted something similar, but a little bit different, something with more survival mechanics. And um, these days, survival games are very popular, so they're much closer to what I wanted in the first place. But none of them are quite perfect. They're not quite exactly what I wanted. So I thought, maybe I'll do it myself. Turns out it's a lot harder than you think it would be, but it's actually these days a little bit easier than it used to be. There's great tools out there. I used Unity to make this, so I guess let's go into my test world and see what we can see. Here I am in the test world. I can look around, do all those first-person movement things. This is just a default first-person camera that comes with Unity, so nothing fancy there. I can pick up various objects off the ground, which is awesome. I can also pick up objects off trees and bushes. You can't really tell, but I did. This is my extremely basic inventory. You can see some of the objects I picked up. Got a stick, got some fibre, got what's obviously a strawberry. Here we've got my stats. They do pretty much nothing at the moment. They're just numbers, but slowly falling in the case of some of them. With the stick, you can use it as a weapon. I can equip it, and I can swing it. So I don't know. I'm proud of that. The part that took me the longest time is the panel is this extremely basic crafting system. And what I was going for here is I wanted something. I guess is one of the key differences I wanted was in this crafting system. I wanted it to feel kind of like an experiment, kind of like you're discovering things and figuring things out, not just like you're gathering materials and then you're doing the next step and you're getting your hand held all the way through it. It's just kind of boring. I don't want this to be the chore and busy work simulator. So basically what you've got is in your recipe, you've got some slots, and it kind of gives you a clue of what you need, what you can see in those slots. So for cloth, you need some kind of fibre. You drag it up into there. That's now actually in the slot. It doesn't always give you a good visual indication yet, but that's in the slot. You can press go. Now you've got some fabric, but you've learned a new recipe just by doing that. You've got some fabric. I guess in a role-playing sense, you've made some fabric. You've now figured out, or you've got some more ideas about what you might do with that fabric. So now you can use this recipe. You can use the cloth of that. You can go and you've got a tunic, and you learn some more things from making that tunic. But one of the things, as I mentioned, I wanted it to feel a bit sort of experimental. So just going to pick up a few more items and try and pick this up. If I pick this up, so I might experiment a bit further with this tunic recipes because it does give me a clue about what I need, but there are other items that could match that item. So here we've got a rabbit pelt we found on the ground randomly. There we go. And we actually get a different result. So we've actually discovered that we can make a fur tunic now. And this actually, it does have slightly different properties than this one. Unfortunately, they're hidden right now, so you can't really see it. But if you put this on the guy, you'll see that the defense changed to 3. Whereas if I put this one on, the defense is only 1. So that tunic was less effective than this one, at least when it comes to defense. Similar thing when it comes to the axe, you need to find 2 different components. Luckily I know what they are, I programmed it. So 2 different components. So we need some kind of blade and some kind of stick. Click go, you've got an axe. And it might be possible that there are other items that could fulfill those conditions, and you could use them and you might get a slightly different result. So basically you discover as you go along. It's quite exciting. That's probably about it for what we can demo at the moment. It's still in the very, very basic stages of coding and of creation. It's been a lot of fun. It's been very difficult and very challenging for someone who doesn't actually know how to code, but we're getting there. I'm learning a lot, and hopefully it'll become slightly more complete as I continue.